Hello friends, welcome back to the Dungeon Meshi drawing. I can't remember where I said we left off last week. I think I said I was probably going to start trying to add food. I do have a bunch of food reference images up on the second monitor today, but there are some changes just kind of sitting with this for a while and looking at it that I would like to make. And the first is Marcel's hair. So, couple of fun things that I've learned in the past week or so. Somebody in the comments, it was revealed to me that the reason the English title for Dungeon Meshi is Delicious in Dungeon is because they're making a play on D&D, which went completely over my head. So I'm glad I know that now. That at least makes some kind of sense as to why they named it like that. But hey, I'm still going to call it Dungeon Meshi because it's too late for me now. The other thing is I think I called Laios' sword Kinsuke last week, it's actually Kensuke, or Kensuke. My Japanese pronunciation is not very good, but I'm trying to work on it, so I want to make sure that I get that correct. And I learned a fun fact, which is that over the course of the first season of Dungeon Meshi, which is now completed as of this recording, so all kinds of spoilers are now on the table. If you haven't seen the show, please go watch it, or if you read the manga, which is going to be next for me. But over the course of the first season, Marcel wears 36 different hairstyles. 36. There are 24 episodes in the first season, so that means that she has 1.5 different hairstyles per episode, which is just insane. And it's one of the reasons I want to go back and redo Marcel's hair, just because I'm not 100% happy with the hairstyle that I've got here, and also because my good friend who watches Dungeon Meshi with me sent me a picture of her favorite Marcel hairstyle unprompted. And so I'm going to incorporate that into the drawing because, hey, you know, I got 36 to choose from. Apparently, this is as good a way as any to pick one to go with. So, I'm gonna start by doing that today, and then we're gonna think about adding some food in. What's this? Oh, that's just some shading I did. All right, we'll just collapse that in. It's just a sketch. Not 100% happy with this ear shape either. Work on that a little bit. It is hot today. It's been hot all week, but it's really hot today. I think today is going to be the hottest day of the week, and it's the day I decided to do all my video recording, so... said I was going to do the hair, and then I immediately launched into other things, but I'm trying to make these characters look like they're themselves, which seems kind of silly to say, but of course, hey, spoilers are coming. You know, if you watched the last couple episodes of this season, you know that there's some significant character redesigns that happen, and it's a very fun bit that they do, and it's really great how they managed to maintain like the style and the voice of the characters even with so many drastic changes to everyone's appearance. always have a trouble tapering a chin to a point in a way that I'm satisfied with. Having trouble with the pressure sensitivity today as well. Worst part about hot days and digital drawing is the glove. I have 3 gloves, so when they get too sweaty from my horrible sweat hands, I can change them. And then I just chuck them in the wash. But I'm typically drawing for 8, 10, 12 hours a day, depending. So can't let the weather slow me down. Dungeon Meshi is really something special in terms of like the characters and the attachment to them. I feel like the only other show / manga, comic, whatever, that I've had even remotely the same type of response to is One Piece. And it's really kind of... I'm reading One Piece now. I was watching One Piece, and it's just too slow for the pace that I want to move through One Piece. So I'm reading One Piece now, which is a lot faster. And it's weird because I started reading One Piece, and then I switched to the anime, and now I'm back to the manga. I didn't switch to the anime. I started from the beginning of the anime, which was a mistake. And I might be done with One Piece by now. My first read of One Piece, I should say, by now, if I hadn't done that. But I really love One Piece, and part of my journey as an artist, most of my journey as an artist, sorry Marcel, most of my journey as an artist has been on the back of my good friends who are more knowledgeable about various things than I am, and I have amalgamated a lot of tips and tricks from them over the years and try to keep them into a stew that vaguely resembles something that I made. But there's lots of bits of pieces and chunks of wisdom that I've picked up along the way, and I'm very lucky to have such well-read and thoughtful and intelligent friends. This all goes back to One Piece and Dungeon Meshi. It's all part of this. It's all part of one ridiculous train of thought. We'll get there. I didn't start the freaking timer. Da 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 da. All right. In any case, what I was trying to say was, I'm getting into a lot of like the really classic shonen manga and anime right now. I'm working on a subscription-only show. Hi, check it out, my coffee and my Substack and all that crap. Called Drawing Through Dragon Ball, because I've never read Dragon Ball before, and I want to do some Dragon Ball art. Toriyama has been an inspiration to me as stylistically, but always from kind of afar. And so I wanted to get down and into a lot of Toriyama stuff, experience some of the storytelling, and learn from that. Cool, right? All right, cool. So that's Drawing Through Dragon Ball. But I've always, a lot of those shonen shows, the old school shonen shows, like your Dragon Ball and your Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece, none of them ever really grabbed me in quite the right way at the right time, right? And a lot of that's my fault for being aloof, and I've talked about this kind of in other things. I think I talk about it in the Drawing by Dragon Ball series, which I'm recording so many different series right now that it's tough to keep things straight. So the best way to keep up with everything that I'm dolphin braining for you is to subscribe to my Ko-fi as a member and get access to the Drawing by Dragon Ball series, so you can always follow the train of thought. In any case, none of them quite grabbed me the right way at the right time. And One Piece was something that a good friend of mine was encouraged me to read when I wanted to start doing comics really seriously. And I did a lot of I tried to be very like thoughtful and literary in the comics that I did originally. And kind of the more I did that, and the older I got, and the further away I got from university, the more I realized that was not me, and that was not an authentic way for me to express myself, and that I really wanted to do a big dumb action comic. And so this friend of mine said, you've got to read One Piece. And I said, really? One Piece? And I was down on it at the time, because I'm an idiot. And now it's like one of my favorite things ever. And I've said this before, that I think that Ichiro Oda is the greatest character designer who ever lived. And it's one of my favorite properties. I'm not even finished reading it for the first time yet, and it's one of my favorite properties. Anyways, he said, you got to read One Piece, because One Piece is probably the best shonen manga. I'm gonna start fights in the comments. That's fine. I think it's what I believe. So, fight me. But I asked him years later, what is it? Because I definitely noticed, a marked difference between the emotional response that I've had to One Piece versus any of the other contemporary shonen manga. Or really any shonen manga that's come since. Because I have pretty strong emotional responses to a lot of shonen manga. They're emotional. That's part of the appeal. But One Piece is the pure shit. Pardon my French. And so I was curious. I'm just like, I'm an idiot. I can't figure this out. Why is it that One Piece is such a cut above? And the answer that I got was because it was like, why is Luffy specifically? Because Luffy's such a simple character. And it's like, why is Luffy specifically so much more impactful than his contemporaries? And the answer is because he would do anything for his friends, and his friends would do anything for him. Which is like, does that make sense? And it took me a minute, but it's like, yeah, you know what? It does. That's really the kind of why that show has such a strong emotional core. Because, like, to give a counterpoint, Goku really cares about getting stronger. That's Goku's thing. That's really what he's down for. And this is part of the reason why I am starting to explore some more of these classic series, and I'll get around to the others when I do. Right now we're doing Dragon Ball. But Luffy obviously cares about being stronger, and he cares about being king of the pirates. Of course, later in the series you find out that his definition of the king of the pirates is the one who is the most free, which makes some sense. But his number one priority, his number one dealio is his friends. And it's like that's the core of One Piece is friendship. And so that is what makes it so impactful. All of that to say, I feel the same way about Dungeon Meshi. The core of it is the relationships of the team, and how they're tested, and how people rise above what they like. Chilchuck's a great example. Chilchuck claims to only be in it for the money, but he rises above that on several occasions and shows that he really cares about his friends. That's a huge deal, right? And so that is a big reason why I love Meshi so much. You get that same feeling that you get from a One Piece. I might look up at some point a fun, easy way to draw braids. Right now, I'm just going to kind of ape from the screenshot that I'm looking at and do these little heart shapes. And they taper down to a tie, and then kind of a little tail on the end of that. Easy braid. All right, lady, gotta give you an eye. I'm gonna give you back your eyes. Sorry I took them away. Added benefit of I think this looks just more like Marcel in general. And we're going to give her a little bit more of an Alita thing. I like that mouth shape. I don't know. I'll just define it a little bit better. There. I think it's important to do things your own way and put your own style on things. By the same token, very happy to do some character accurate hair here. And I think it has improved the level of the drawing. I like that a lot better. Of course, Chilchuck needs legs now. Last time on Dungeon Meshi. See, this is why I saved that layer. I'm gonna say I almost never go back, but I'm glad that I saved it. It remembered where Chilchuck's legs were, so I didn't have to. Alright. get ready, because here comes the plug. Okay, so thanks for joining me today. Thanks for bearing with me while I fix up Marcel's hair. Next time, we're going to start adding some foodstuffs to the overall image. I'm going to zoom out so you can see it. Social media is dead. Sign up for my newsletter. Link in the description. It's a free newsletter. Comes to you once a month with all of my comings and goings. Comes to you slightly more frequently with a digest of materials that I've produced. Trying not to be annoying with it. Trying to stay out of your way, but just to keep you in the loop of my comics, my videos, anything else that I got going on that you might be interested in. Coffee. Hey, link in the description. That's for the place where you're going to sign up for memberships. I've got a big announcement about a new comic thing that's only going to be available through subscription. And you're going to find out about it on Coffee. It's also where we have the fan art polls. This thing that I'm working on right here, this was the result of a fan art poll. The people chose this, and this is what is coming out of it. So when we do this again, it's going to be on the Coffee. Of course, that is also probably the best place to support me financially if you're able to do that. If you're not able to support financially right now, hey, that's fine. Times is tough. But if you do me a huge favor, like, comment, subscribe on this video to this YouTube channel. Tell your friends who enjoy drawing. Tell your friends who maybe are trying to get into drawing. Hey, I talk a lot about beginner tips. Some of them are good. Some of them maybe not so good, but hey, I'm self-taught, and this is how I figured it all out. So if you're trying to learn right now, or you know somebody who's trying to learn right now, maybe I can help them out a little bit. I appreciate you joining me today. I hope to see you next time. I hope you're hungry, because we are going to start adding food into this whole deal. See you next time.